Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video, I will explain intracaste marriages in Pakistan. Actually, this is a report writing topic. Let's get started with the table of contents. Table of contents include abstract, introduction, literature review, methodology, findings and discussion, analysis, and at the end, conclusion. First, abstract. There is a culture or tradition of doing intracaste marriages in Pakistan. In this video, I will explain intracaste marriages with both advantages and disadvantages. Intracaste marriage is a marriage where two people from same caste marry each other. Some castes have made rule of doing intracaste marriages only. They do not search for a perfect match for marriage. Cousin marriages are also intracaste marriages. Sometimes due to parents' stubbornness, intracaste marriages deteriorate, and sometimes due to stubbornness of children, intracaste marriages deteriorate. Intracaste marriages is not beneficial because it may hurt you physically, mentally, and socially. Due to intracaste marriages, many genetic diseases can transfer to offspring from parental genes. If someone do intercaste marriage, then physical and mental variation will occur in offspring. Intercaste marriages is better than intracaste marriages. Next, our introduction includes 6 more subheadings. Number 1, intracaste marriages. Number 2, traditions, customs, and practices in castes. Number 3, relationship between partners. Number 4, genetic disease in children. Number 5, intracaste cousin marriages. And at the end, Islamic point of view. First, intracaste marriages. Intracaste marriage is a marriage where two people from same caste marry each other. The term intercaste is opposite to intracaste. Intercaste marriages means where two people from different caste marry each other. Since ancient times, people are divided into different classes and groups due to which they wanted to maintain their glory, so they get married within their caste. Also, because each community considers the other community inferior. Caste inequality is one of the kind of social inequality. The cultures, traditions, and practices in castes. As I have already mentioned that people do intracaste marriages just to maintain their glory. Also, people do intracaste marriages to maintain the tradition of kinship or community. And some people also do intracaste marriages to limit their wealth and possessions to their family. They do not want to share their wealth with someone else out of caste. That's why many marriages happen in the caste without looking at the age, education, and lifestyle. In some areas in Pakistan, if a girl's match couldn't be found, so family make her housed for life. And in some areas, if a girl's match couldn't be found, they do marriage with a newly born boy. And if there is no chance of a newly born boy, then they do marriage with even Quran. And that girl would confine to one room. She cannot meet anyone. Her food is delivered to her room. She reads Quran all the time, and everyone calls her Bibi. In some families, the custom of exchange marriages means wata sata is common, in which siblings of one family get married to the siblings of another family. The biggest disadvantage of such a marriage is that on the one hand, both spouses are very happy with each other, but on the other hand, spouses are not happy with each other. Then there are fights and quarrels between the two families. Then the 4 relationships with the two families ruined in this way. Wata Sata is more than just an exchange of daughters. However, it established the shadow of mutual threat across the marriage. In Wata Sata, if a husband who mistreats his wife in this arrangement, he can expect his brother-in-law to retaliate in kind against his sister. You can find the link of this video in the description box. Relationship between partners. If the boys and girls like someone outside their caste, then their parents do not agree, then the child would take the wrong step, due to which running away, getting married, and court marriages has become common, and like many evils have arisen. Our new generation is frequently adapting the way of love marriages nowadays, mostly in urban areas. When two people fall in love and they are satisfied with each other, they decide regarding getting married, but when they face restrictions to the family and society, then they take the step of court marriage. They do not involve their parents and relatives in their marriage. In some intracaste marriages, when the new bride goes her new home, it takes her a while to settle down. At the same time, she has to win the trust of her husband. Now, if anyone surrenders and gossips in front of her husband against this new bride from her husband's family, these actions increases misunderstandings between the spouses. Some husbands abuse them physically and mentally as a result of these small misunderstandings, due to which the girl considers herself alone, weak, and inferior to the boy. And then her depression never subsides. A disadvantage of marrying out of caste is that if the girl's parents are poor and they cannot give the girl a dowry, so there are taunts from the in-laws. The practice of dowry specifically affects the poor and particularly families with multiple daughters. Many families must sell land or take loans to pay dowry, and if the payments cannot be met, daughters are often beaten or returned to their family home, potentially remain separated. Genetic diseases in children. Many genetic diseases caused due to intracaste marriages. If we do marriages within our same caste, then we could not able to enjoy physical as well as mental variations in our caste. What type of physical and mental variations? Physical variations means our eye color, our body structure, our skin color, hair color, etc. And mental variations means our thinking capability, our mindset, and our emotions. Diseases which caused due to intracaste marriages are hepatitis, Down syndrome, diabetes, thalassemia, Tay-Sachs disease, sickle cell anemia, and cancer. On your left side, look at the diagram. Suppose that this is the whole caste and they do marriages within their caste. Consider that from this partner, girl is acting as a disorder carrier. She is not herself diseased, but she is acting as a disorder carrier. Means disorder in herself is recessive, not dominant. She has only one copy of disorder. Remember, when the two copies of disorder meet together, then disorder happen. When they give birth to a baby boy, unfortunately the boy is born diseased, and he has a copy of genetic material of both of his father and mother, and his mother was having a disorder copy. So when he get married within the same caste, maybe that girl is also acting as a disorder carrier. When they give birth to children, out of 5, 2 children are having disorder. This happens when the disorder copies from both father and mother meet together, so disorder happens. So when we do marriages within our same caste, disorder will copy it again and again, because there is no alternative correct copy of that part of genetic material, so disorder copies are taking their parts and disorder happened. Different colors here are showing different disorders. Hope you all are clearly understand. Next is intracaste cousin marriages. Most of the people in Pakistan do cousin marriages within their caste, with 20 to 30% of all marriages occurring between first cousin is increasing attention and is now given to rule of consanguinity in the occurrence of genetic diseases. Consanguinity is usually defined as a union between two individuals who are related as first cousin or second cousin. Children of consanguineous marriages are twice, means 4 to 6 times, or 4 to 6% as likely to have genetic disorder, as the 2 to 3% rate among children of non-related couples. Means in normal marriage, when normal couple give birth to a child, then there is 2 to 3% chance of getting genetic disorder. But in consanguineous marriages, in cousin marriages, it happens that this rate is twice, means 4 to 6 times there is a chance of getting disorder in children. The link of this video is in the description box. Next is Islamic point of view. We have searched a lot, but literally there is no perception that Muslims should marry within their caste or family. Like the Prophet in his last sermon clearly said that, "O people, your God is one and your forefather is one. An Arab is not better than a non-Arab, and a non-Arab is not better than an Arab. And a white person is not better than a black person, and a black person is not better than a white person, except in piety." Means Allah is making difference between people just because of their piety. Then why we are making difference between castes? Because we wanted to maintain our glory, or we consider the other caste inferior? No, this should not be the reason. Likewise, in Surah Al-Hujurat, ayat number 13, Allah says, "O mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another." Means Allah is making tribes, or Allah has made groups so that we may know one another. So how can we know one another? Think about it. You will must reach at that point that if we do marriages in different castes, so we may know one another. This video is by Mota'laq. You can watch this video by clicking the link in the description box. Literature review. Thorat and Newman in 2007 wrote that caste inequality is one of the kind of social inequality in which people are discriminated against on the basis of origin or caste. Gazdar in 2007 wrote that Pakistani society prefers to silence any discussion about caste-based discrimination. Munir and Akhtar in 2018 wrote that the new generation is frequently adapting the way of love marriages nowadays, mostly in urban areas. Jacobi and Mansouri in 2010 wrote that Watasatta is more than just an exchange of daughters. Alston, Wittenberg, Haynes and Gordon in 2014 wrote that many families must sell land or take loans to pay dowry, and if payments cannot be made, daughters are often bidden. Reddy in 1988 wrote that most of the matrilateral cross cousin marriages are without any marriage payment. Al-Mozan and Al-Som and et al. In 2008 wrote that with 20 to 30% of all marriages occurring between first cousin is increasing attention and now given a role of consanguinity in the occurrence of genetic diseases. Let me tell you the benefits of intercaste marriage. By doing our research, we find out that the only benefit of getting married in the community is that boys and girls already know each other very well. While on the other hand, benefits of intercaste marriages includes, if we do intercaste marriages, then we can learn different traditions, we can get to learn new things, our thoughts and perspectives will not be limited, we will have smarter kids, parenting can be done much better. If you want to read the methodology, you can pause the video and you can read the methodology. Findings. We took opinions from almost all walks of life in people of all ages in the form of 27 questionnaires and 11 interviews, included 10 students, 4 doctors, 3 engineers, 3 old-age persons, 3 housewives, and 4 teachers. Our main purpose was to manage an honest survey so that we will take honest opinions not only from our young generation or not only from educated person, also from the non-educated person and the old age person, so that we can make overall an honest percentage. And this is what we analyze and find out. 33% are neutral in this case, that they say intracaste marriages are beneficial. 40% prefer to do love marriages. 35% claims that intracaste marriages are not applicable in society. 50% agree that the rate of court marriages increases due to stubbornness of parents. 40% people agree that rate of alimony, means haq meher, decreases in intracaste marriages. 50% people are neutral that intracaste marriages is a good practice among families. 60% 60% of the people agree that rate of depression and mental stress increases in intracaste marriages. 35% people agree that divorce rate is increasing day by day due to intracaste marriages. 65% disagree that vatasata is a good practice among families, and 45% people agree that rate of genetic diseases increases due to intracaste marriages. You can also download the questionnaire with the report. At last, conclusion. We must not consider intracaste marriage a good practice because partners can face more problems, social, mental and physical, as compared to intercaste marriage. In short, we can do marriages anywhere by searching a proper match without thinking of the difference between castes. Thank you so much. Hopefully this video will help you a lot in your report writing, and if you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Allah Hafiz. Take care.